Hello guys, welcome back to Putin's War, and today we will take a look at these Wargames Atlantic late Roman legionaries in mail armor. And before we start, I have this on my head because I have seen bath, so it's nothing there. And I just want to add that I'm not currently selling my bath water, but if you guys are interested, I think we can always sort something out. So as you can see, it's quite thick and huge box. But you get only 24 multi-part miniatures, which is sort of, wow, interesting the size of the box, but there is 24. It's 4 guys per sprue, so easy math, 6 sprues inside. As you can see on the promo pick, you get even some sort of command squad options. I think with a little bit of anachronistic wolf head guy. And as I think it's there at the bottom of the box, there is so many command options because Wargames Atlantic in some sort of future wants to introduce some sort of common Roman soldiers box, so you can go with this box and make command squad from it and use the other boxes for the rank and file troops. And also the Roman box is, according to Wargames Atlantic, and what I look at the sprues, it looks like this way. It's fully compatible with this God Warriors rocks, so you can match these two boxes together to have some foederati troops or campaigning gods in the Roman territory, or vice versa, Roman legionaries campaigning in Gothic lands. Let's take a look at the sprue itself. So as I said earlier, we have... Sorry, it's wobbling my camera here. We have 4 bodies here. It's Lorica Hamata sprue, so all guys are in mail armor. It's fall of the Roman Empire, so everybody is wearing pants and the tunic, which was common for the era. For the some sort of, I think, thinking in advance, I think all the bodies have some sort of scarf around the neck, which was or is something of associated with the Romans in Britain, so they're thinking ahead and make them usable as Romano-British with these scarves. What is interesting that there is these shields, which are the classic, I would say, overshields, but little bigger than the other manufacturers are doing. Bigger than are gripping these plastic and both plastic and metals, and bigger than the foot source. And they are, some sort of oblique. They are not flat, which is interesting, but it also means that if you are using decals, like I do, there is possibility that they won't fit there. As said earlier, there are command squad bits, so there is the horn. There is also the classic vexilla, and of course it's late Roman, so there is Dracarius bit. I think there are 2 sets, or it's in the God sprue, because there is this smaller one, and I thought there is also the one with the bigger head, but I don't see it anywhere, so that's probably the version from the God sprue. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, so 3 sword arms. It looks like, yeah, so there are 3 sword arms, which is okay, because the most important thing for me is the spear, as it was the most common weapon for the legionary, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spears, so all guys can have spears, which is great. I think that many miniature makers should stop with the movie sport fetishes and make mostly spears infantry. We have one guy who is throwing it like sort of javelin. We also have super cool bit, and that's the arms with plumbata, or some sort of follow-up weapon for the famous Roman pilum. And this was these oversized darts or light javelins, we could say, that in the late Roman army legionaries used. They are 1, 2, and 3 on the sprue, so you can basically make 3 out of the 4 bodies like throwing plumbata, which is super cool in my opinion, and I'm glad that somebody is making them. I think up until now, the only models of late Roman legionaries with plumbata were some sort of ancient, I'm not meaning the period where I set up, but manufacturing date, ancient Wargames foundry 25mm Roman legionaries in one monopose, so I think it's super great that they are the plumbata arms, and for me it's the greatest addition to the box. And also, they are on the backs of the shields. As you can see, you have them, so they are even modeled on the shields, which is little bit, but it makes me really happy to be there. So that's cool addition. Of course, there are even many of the helmets designs to choose. We have these, we would say, classic Roman hats, which are also on the gripping weeks plastics. We have also these, you would say, early late Rome helmets, and also these more migration period, more elaborate, we would say, late war helmets if we go for this World War II slang. And also there is three heads with the Panonnian pillbox cap, which is cool addition, because if you want, you can make the guys in this out of front line look for some skirmish scenarios, like, ambushing the supply columns or something like that, which is great. And I think that I saw, there is the fourth head with pillbox, so you can make all guys in the heads. Also, and there is this wolf head, Vexillier head, which I think is sort of anachronistic fantasy stuff, but whatever, it's cool. And also, there are these horsehair plumes and these crests, which is great addition if you want to go for some sort of more less rank and file troops, but more some bodyguard stuff or command squads. You can pimp them up with this bit, which is really cool, to be honest. Even the different helmet types and stuff like that, I think. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Wargames Atlantic, because I think many of their poses are sort of stiff. Mostly for their Second World War or Black Powder era miniatures, I think they not really great sculpts. Really, the stiff poses give me, Wargames factory vibe, which is, well, almost, I think, 15 years old sculpt, so nothing to admire in 2024. But these guys, they look great. I'm personally really impressed that this really looks nice. And there's lots of nice tidbits, which is also great. I don't know what to say negative about it. It looks really great. Only negative thing we could say is that it's just guys in the males. So for some sort of more elite standing army troops, or the front ranks for the limited armies and stuff like that. But after all, Wargames Atlantic said that they want to do their unarmored versions, so there is nothing to basically bitch about, because this is chainmail set, because we will also make another than chainmail set, so this is okay. And as I said earlier, we could go and mix it with the Goths, so there is no issue as they are unarmored bodies. And if we look on the good sprue, it opens sort of other options, because you have the bow hands, you have the classic small shields, you have even axes if you want. There is this fur coat, slings, horns, another sculpt for Dracarius, and other heads. You know, the classic bearded barbarian look, sort of tropish. But after all, you want your barbarians to look fierce, but as I said earlier, you can mix match them like you want, and you can create some sort of goat nobles from the Roman set, or you can make some Roman foederatis so barbarians in Rome service, which is also a great option. Or you can mix-max it and go for the campaign look, because after all, Roman army and Gothic army, after half a year of campaign, they would mix-match their equipment and basically look almost the same. I even go and last evening glue together one of the guys for some sort of scale comparison. It was really easy to put together. As you said, on the sprue you have body, so you just go and glue one hand, second hand, or arms more like, put shield and sword in the scabbard, and bah, you have the guy. I make one with the plumbata because it's cool. So I have here this Gripping Beast plastic kit, because they were the first one who were doing late Roman army. You can see the shield is better, but after all, the heads looks like some sort of same scale, and when you look at them together, the Wargames Atlantic guy is sort of larger. You can see it on the shoulders and stuff, but not so significantly, so I think you can, without problem, mix them in the same army, or even in the same unit. I have also this hopefully Gripping Beast metal model. As you can see, they also mix together well. They are more true scale than the Wargames Atlantic ones, but from the gaming distance, I think you can spot really the difference. So I think there is safe to assume you can buy and combine them together. I have none of the Victrix late Roman infantry yet, but I have this Anglo-Saxon warrior, which will do for the comparison. And again, they sort of fit okay together. So you don't need to worry really about mixing these manufacturers together. So this was Wargames Atlantic, Decline and Fall Range, late Roman Legionaries in Lorica Hamata. And I must say that I wasn't expecting much from the experiences with their Black Powder era and World War range, but after all, they are quite great models and I could recommend them to you. Also, if you are interested in more in-depth review of the Victrix Dark Age guys, I have them on my channel also, so check the video description for link, and hopefully see you on the next one. Bye guys!